Well, good afternoon, guys. How is everybody? I thought I would surprise you with a little Sunday afternoon story time. Got my coffee and my holiday cup here. Yeah. It's a pretty nice day here. One, it's beautiful weather. And two, the Cowboys just won. So 2-game winning streak going on there. Not that we're going to make the playoffs, most likely, but hey, when you can get a win is good. It doesn't matter. So anyway, today's story kind of, I guess, kind of can be funny in a way. Maybe in other ways, not so much, obviously, because what the story's about. But anyway, those of you, many of you, I'm sure, have probably seen the books Dog Man, okay? And so the guy who wrote the Dog Man books, or I guess he still does, writes the Dog Man books, he wrote today's book, and it is titled Dog Breath: The Trouble with Hally Tosis. Okay? It's the horrible trouble with halitosis. You guys ever heard of halitosis? Or maybe you've heard of halitosis? Yeah, halitosis is the same thing as bad breath, which none of us want, but hey, sometimes it happens, right? So anyway, sit back. We're going to get going. And I hope you guys enjoy it. So here we go. There once was a dog named Hally. She lived with the Tosis family. Hally Tosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. Halitosis had horrible breath. Whenever Halitosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. There she is, Hally the dog. Here's a tree, and the leaves are falling off. And here's a fish bowl, and the fish is floating upside down, which can't be a good thing because we all know what fish floating upside down means, right? So not a good thing. When the children took halitosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the road. Even skunks avoided halitosis. We all know how bad skunks can smell. But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea. And Hally jumped up to say hello. And so here's Hally jumping up on Grandma, and there's Grandma's tea flying through the air. Not a good thing. Mr. and Mrs. Tosis were not amused. Something has got to be done with that smelly dog, they said. The kids are all looking sad, like, it's not her fault. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis decided to find a new home for Hally. They put a sign out in the front yard. It says, "Free dog to new home." Poor Hally. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath. So they took halitosis to the top of a mountain that had a breathtaking view. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hally's breath away, but it didn't. Next, the children took halitosis to a very exciting movie. They hoped that all the excitement would leave Hally breathless, but it didn't. Finally, the children took Hally Tosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hally would lose her breath on the speedy roller coaster. Oh no, here's what happened. Hally's up in the front car and her breath is trailing behind, and all the people in the cars behind her are like getting knocked over because her breath smells so bad. Poor Hally. But that idea stunk too, going on the roller coaster. The kids were starting to cry because they were thinking, we tried everything. What are we going to do now? The plans to change Hally's bad breath had failed. Now, only a miracle could save Hally Tosis. Sadly, the three friends said goodnight, unaware that a miracle was just on the horizon. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Hally Tosis. "Yikes," whispered one burglar. "It's a big, mean, scary dog." "Ah, don't be silly," whispered the other burglar. "That's only a cute little fuzzy puppy." The two burglars giggled at the sight of such a friendly little dog. Not a guard dog, huh? That dog couldn't hurt a fly," whispered one burglar. "Come here, Poochie Poochie," whispered the other. So Hally Tosis came over and gave the burglars a nice big kiss. There she is, slurping, putting her tongue all over their faces, and they're like, ah. The next morning, the Tosis family awoke to find two burglars passed out cold on their living room floor. It was a miracle. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the crooks, and soon Hally Tosis was the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. Here she is. She's the hero. Her face and she's plastered all over the newspapers. Headlines and everything for Hally. In the end, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis changed their minds about finding a new home for Hally. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all, because life without Hally Tosis just wouldn't make any sense. Get it? Sense? There's three kinds of sense. There's sense, S-E-N-C-E. No, I'm sorry, S-E-N-S-E. And that just means you kind of know, what's going on, and you know what to do. And then there's sense, C-E-N-T-S, and that's another name for a penny. Cents, cent. If you have more than one cent, well, then it's cents. And then you have S, C-E-N-T-S, sense, and that means smell, odor. So yeah, getting rid of Hally just wouldn't make any sense. So, and Hally says, bad breath is better than no breath at all. So that is the story of dog breath. Okay. The horrible trouble with Hally Tosis. So sometimes we humans have bad breath. Maybe we eat onions or something that's got garlic in it. And of course, those two things don't smell very good. So our breath isn't going to smell very good after we eat them. So yeah. And You know, we don't like to have bad breath when we're standing next to someone talking because, of course, well, they don't want to smell our bad breath, right? So one way to help avoid bad breath is to brush our teeth, maybe rinse with a mouthwash, and floss our teeth, because all those types of things help prevent bacteria from getting in our mouths and staying and causing bad breath. Not to mention, you know, we don't want to have to go to the dentist because the bacteria can cause us to have cavities. So we don't want to do that. Anyway, so that's the story of dog breath. I hope you enjoyed it. Kind of a funny book, I guess, in some respects. So anyway, what is it? Yes, it's Sunday afternoon, nice weather. Go out if you're not out already. Go out and do something fun, soak up some sunshine. We're going to have good weather this next coming week, so that's good for us. Leading up to Christmas, okay? And you guys make sure that you're being nice to your siblings, being nice to mom and dad. Remember, we always like to do nice things for mom and dad. And so let's keep doing that. And not only that, we have to stay on Santa's nice list, right? We don't want to end up on the naughty list, because we all know what that means. So anyway, hey guys, next time will probably be another Christmas kind of story. So be looking for that. And yeah, I think I'm going to go finish my coffee and maybe, I don't know, watch some more football, or maybe I'll go read one of my other books. It's, I don't know, kind of a lazy afternoon. So anyway, we will see you guys next time, and go out and make it a great day. Take care, guys.